my lovelies. And let me just make sure my settings are okay and you can hear me fine without shouting. It might be loud. Let me turn it down a touch. Is that better? Hello, Shannon. Hiya, Megan. Hiya, Debbie. Good to see you. How's your recovery going? Hi, Tavorna, Sinette, Brian. God, it's been a long time. How are you doing? Hiya, Della. Hi, Wilson. Kirsty. If you are new around here, I know I'm a bit inconsistent. It's pregnancy. I've just been very busy doing the nursery. It is almost done. Almost done. Hello, Lulu. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Cindy. Good afternoon from me. Good morning to a lot of you. Hello, Pat. I know it is going to be, I threw it out there. It is going to be inconsistent at the moment. Although when I do stream, it will be Saturdays. It will be Saturdays. So is the sound okay? Is it loud enough in your screens? I've got my microphone literally here. So what I'm going to do is just give it a couple of minutes because obviously I'm early. I'm an hour earlier today and there's a big reason behind that. It's because I have to go pick Andrew up from work and that's usually at the time I would have finished had I streamed at 4 my time. So I had to come on an hour earlier to be able to put everything away and then go pick him up, if that makes sense. I am taxi. I am his taxi at the moment, bless him. Hello, Unicorn. Not long to find out what bump is now. 10 days. 10 days. We'll find out bump. Yeah, everyone is okay. How are you all doing? I hope you're all okay. Good morning, Mary. Good morning. Lots of you. So lovely to see all your faces. Okay, so today I am going to go with Pickle. So colouring Pickle. So I think her Instagram is now called Little Pickle's Colourful Life. I've linked it in the description. She's got a hashtag going on at the moment which is called July Elephants Colour Along. And I am going to base it, I'm going to use zigs. And I chose the one in Ken Matsuda because I'm in an elephant mode anyway, because where the baby's nursery is lots of greys, there is a lot of elephant vibes going on in my mind. And I chose this one, which I am going to base with some zigs because I've not used them for a while. And I'm going to use Prismas, or as our lovely Shannon calls them scribble sticks. So we use scribble sticks today. The birthday celebration, bless him, he was all day at work until we didn't get until 8 o'clock in the evening. So we literally just ate dinner. I made a Greek, put on a Greek meal, and by the time, I don't know if anyone else felt like this, it feels like my food won't go down, like it's stuck in my diaphragm. Oh. Hi Samir, have you tried? Hi Melissa, have you tried any old wives' towels to guess? Nah, I'll just wait. But yeah, I'm actually feeling alright. Hi Sherry, how are you? Hi Sinette. Anyone that's saying hello to me, stick it in big caps so I can say hello back. Remember, if you are addressing me, big capital letters so I can see it. It just catches my eye. Talking of, let me just grab my glasses. Oops. It's alright, nothing was harmed. It's just the, I had it on top of the candle, and the candle lid decided that it wanted to be lifted with my glasses case. Hello Mona, how are you, hun? Okay, so it is just going to be a little bit of a lovely relaxed time, as always. Hello Vivian, is it Vivian or Vivian? I don't want to say anyone's name wrong, even though if I do, it's not intentional. I am terrible for butchering names. I'm terrible for butchering words. Forget names, words. So I'm going to use a mixture of 2 Artesia water brushes. They're both thin. Hello Mandy. Hi Joanne. It's so lovely seeing you all. This one's the finest, which you'll get in those little areas, and this one is slightly bigger but still fine tipped. I mean, there's so many. If you've not seen these, there's lots of different tips you can get. So there's even thicker, and the ones that don't actually get any use, and I feel bad because there must be some use for them, are these big mumbo jumbo brush ones, which I must find a use for them. Never really use them. I'm almost halfway. I'm a few days away from 20 weeks now. So I'm at the halfway mark. Okay, thank you. So I hope, how are you all, by the way? Hope you're good. Hope that you've been keeping well. I saw a couple of people yesterday and the day before in streams, which I was so happy about, because I'm not abandoning people, I promise. I've just been so busy, like crazy busy, but I've been pacing myself so that I'm not overdoing stuff. But I am so proud of myself that I've almost single-handedly done the majority of the nursery. But my dad, bless him, he was down, he lined the wall for me because I can't wallpaper, and it's going to come a wallpaper tomorrow, and it should be finished by Monday because I just got a gloss, and that's it. That is it. Hello, Melody. Oh, you had your second. Yeah, that's going to make you sleepy. If you fall asleep, then sweet dreams. Hi, Kenny. 29th for the month. Oh wow, bless her, in this heat. I was just talking to my friend who's also expecting, and I said to her, I sent her this, I'll show you. This is how I feel today in this heat. I can imagine how she's feeling, because she's like almost there. I don't know if you can see, hold on, let's show you. It says when you're pregnant during the summer and it's Homer in the fridge freezer. That would be me if I could. Oh, yeah, I don't really use them much. I've not used them at all. I'm saying much. I haven't used them at all. Okay, so I'm going to use some greys and some pinks. There is an inspiration picture at the back of this book. If you've not seen this book, it is amazing. You can buy it on Etsy. I will link it after the stream because there's various places you can get it from. In the UK, try Stationery Corner instead of having to wait a long time. You can buy it on Amazon, which I did, but Amazon Japan, and you can also buy it on various sites on Etsy. But, you know, there's just so much inspiration in this book. I love it so much. So at the back, if you go here, you can actually come to an inspiration picture, which has got the colours of what they have done it in. Don't worry about me smudging my nails. That's just typical of me at the moment. I've been told Brian's a good name by Shannon's hubby, Brian. Oh my gosh, it is a beautiful book. Who has got this book? Has you treated yourself to this book yet? I hope you have. I did actually say, and I know, my bad. I did say as well, not long ago, I'm not buying any more mythographic books. Just not doing it. And then I couldn't help myself. And I bought the mythographic Dream Garden. I don't know if you've seen this one. If you haven't, Shannon's got a flip through on her channel. I know, man. I can't help myself. It's just so much. And me, Wilson, and Shannon have chose a buddy colour of this page, which I'm looking forward to starting. I've kind of planned the colours mostly. So not tomorrow. I think I'll start mine either Monday or Tuesday. And I think I'm going to use the museums in this page, I think. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I did actually buy that. The other one I'm swaying towards, but to be honest, I'm not colouring too much at the moment, so I'm not going to worry yet, was that Lady Spring. Other than that, this is one of my favourites at the moment. Just oh gosh. For this one, there is, I'll have to find it. I know Shannon might know the name of this actually. I think she's put it in her title before. But it is amazing, and if you give me about half an hour off, no, scrap that because I've got to pick Andrew up. Check back tomorrow morning and I will put the links for this book in the description and I'll find it out. But yeah, there is lots in here to really feast your eyes on. I love it. I've done a couple in here. I've done the Bumblebee. And I've done the alligator. I would actually colour every single page in this, I can honestly say that. Yeah, that buddy colour page is lovely. There you go. It's translated as lively creatures by Ken Matsuda, but if you just put Ken Matsuda, it will come up anyway. And also Ken Matsuda does have a Instagram that you can go and have a look at, and there is an art book as well, but if you're just into the colouring books, just grab the colouring book. And it's our lovely Pickles hashtag. As I said, Pickles here, she's also got an Instagram that she's doing the hashtag, so if you want to do an elephant this month, remember to hashtag it over on Instagram, and Pickle will put it in her stories because they are all amazing. I've actually been watching them, and as I said, I'm in an elephant mode anyway. Why did that come out? In the way of colouring them, decorating with them, and now I want to colour them. So I'm just going to grab a couple of greys here and a couple of pinks. Let's go for like a flesh pink, really. Let's grab those, and then obviously we'll go for the dirty greens after. So I'll tell you what I'm using. Oh, let me just get the lid to this one, it's got stuck. Bear with me. Come out that way instead. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. I keep these in the box because it's just so much more organised for me. Okay, so I've got my Caran dashboard. And this is just where I put and lay down. I'm going to zoom you down a bit. And this isn't particularly a colour along that I'm doing on here, like as a follow me type of one. This is just a, if you want to join in, join in. If you are in two minds about this book, then this might sway you. So I'm going to use the Zig Clean Colour brush pens, and this one is Pale Rose. Now this is a little bit of a darker pink. So what I can do is always put more on the board after, and this one's Almond Pink, which is a really pale pink, because you can always mix these as well. And then a fleshy tone is Tea Rose. It's okay. I use gelatos, but I don't use a heavy amount of water on the alligator page, and that seemed to hold up. But as I said, I don't use a lot of water, so this will be a good experiment to see how much this will go through. Hi, Colour Fleece. Sorry, I didn't say hello earlier. Because these are much more pigmented, and if anything's going to go through, it's going to be the zigs. Although zigs, when you put them down on the page, they bleed through more than if you do them off a board and then add them on. But this is just a base, and I suggest doing this with these pictures. I just find it a lot easier. Okay, is it Corey instead of calling you Colourfully? Okay, so I'm going to use the very finest one, and I'm going to start off with that darker pink, and this is obviously just going to go in the areas where I want the pink. Now I'll keep this beside me because I'll wipe off, and then I'm going to go to a lighter pink, which is the fleshy tone, and just roll that outwards. Now they've only got some pinks in this, and I'm going to keep it along this line. And my brush, obviously it's wet, but it's not soaky, like soaky, and we'll have a little look in a minute if it's gone through. So we're just going to mix between, wipe off if you need to, and just don't be afraid to put the colour down, because this is just a base. You can always go over with a pencil. Let's get some more of this colour. And I think I used, like I did with the other page, I used gelatos for the back. It's really going to be a mixed media page, so we're going to have a look in a second behind. But it's so nice to actually sit down and do something. As I said, I've been having, so I don't know if anyone's the same, but I've been having a slump from, this slump just needs to go away. I've been having a slump, and that's just because my mind's racing at 100 miles an hour at the moment on everything that needs doing. So when I can't colour and relax until I'm relaxed. It just doesn't work for me. Hello, Shell. We're good. How are you? I'm so happy to say that they are moving and moving and moving. Today they've been very active, and it's been the first day where I've literally felt every move they've made, and it's been nice. So I phoned Andrew because he's at work, and on his lunch break, and I was like, I can feel everything that they're doing. It's amazing. And he's like, can you, what? I said, it's not kicks yet. It's just like the flutters have got so strong. I can feel every move. So I feel really bad because I just keep like wobbling my stomach just to make them move. And I'm like, I really need to let them sleep. I'm like, I'm sorry. But as I said, they'll keep me awake when they're born. So if I wake them up just to feel them, I'm not going to feel guilty about it. I am not sorry. Right, let's have a look if it's gone. As I said, this is just a base. We can layer up. No, it's not gone through. Then if you need to go any more, just let that dry and go again. So, yeah, I don't feel bad. Not remotely bad. And if you're sick of baby talk, I'm so sorry. But it is my first child. I've been wanting this for years. And, yeah, it's just a dream come true. Really. It really is. I had a major meltdown the other day. If anyone wants to hear about it, I am happy to tell you how my hormones have been getting on. No, not twins. I just say them because, or they, because I don't know what they are yet. But once in 10 days, once I know, I'll tell you. So then I'll be able to say she or he. But it's just a term. We'll call it bean. Just no. I do not want any more than one, I must say. Not in one go. Oh God, no. It's funny because me and Andrew are like, well, if baby number 2 does happen, it has to be like in a couple of years because we're getting older. And I'm like, yep. So we're already going down that road of saying that. So. No, I just say they because I don't know the sex. Hello, Brian. Brian B. Oh my gosh. You know, one thing people don't tell you is how expensive children are. When you literally like, if you've got hand-me-downs from another baby, like you've had, it's fine. But no one tells you. And when it's your first, you want everything. Okay, I'm going a little bit more for that tea rose now. Yeah, just prepare yourselves if you're gonna have a baby. That you seriously need to plan it, because sometimes it's just like, oh my God, it's overwhelming. But it is it's an amazing feeling. Like, I can't think of anything else that I'd want to be doing at the moment, to be fair. And Andrew, he's just like, here you go, let's just go to the shop, let's just order this. And I'm like, I just love you. Okay, but yeah, we've got a few things. I ordered and I actually bought the furniture set the other day, and that gets delivered at the end of the month, so I'm excited for that. I'll show you all the nursery when it's done. And that's it. I mean, my world has literally been revolved around that. We have 2 in them. Two Brians today. We've got a lovely Brian B. Our Shannon's hubby hub. And we've got Brian T. So it's a bit of a Brian fest. Okay, so I've put some pinks. What I'm going to do is bring in a light grey. And we can layer up once it's dry. I'm not going to do it while it's wet because we're going to end up with a smudge fest. Hiya Tracy, hiya Pamela, how are you doing? Okay, and this one, so we've got light grey and blue grey. Let's see what these are like. Okay, so we're going to come to the trunky at the moment, and we're going to go with light grey at first. And let's just smudge some of that light grey into the blue grey, like on our board. And let's plan what we're going to do. So there's going to be a bit of green in there, because don't forget as well with this, it's got like moss here, so it's going to have a bit of a green head. So we're just planning out colours at the moment, really. So we're going to need much more light grey than what I've put there. So let's just smudge it out. This is just the base, and then we'll build a base. Ah, Lou, but it's a nice day. Hello, Wendy. Thank you so much. It's so lovely to actually spend some time with you guys. I say that every time, and I'm like, I do say to Andrew, you know, I really need to sit down and actually just stream. And also, what's changed? So we had a spare room. That was our spare room. That obviously in the nursery, it's not spare now. But we had a spare room, and that's where all my equipment was that I used to put in there. Just lots of light grey at the moment before I layer up with the blue grey. And let's put some blue grey in. And I've had to relocate everything. So this now is in a cupboard that I have to dismantle down every time I stream. And it's a bit of a nuisance. I haven't got the space. But we hopefully will be moving, not now. I can't think of anything worse at the minute. I want to like lay foundations down, not be upheaving myself everywhere. So we will be moving, but we've decided that leave it for a year. And then we'll move and get a bigger, we'll sell up and hopefully move and get a bigger place with a garden, like a back garden, private garden. But I can't be doing that now. I need stability. And by the way, my mum, bless her, she is watching, but she can't see the chat at all. So she's got it on the telly. So she wanted to say hello to everyone. She told me to tell you all that. That she hopes that you're all good and well. She misses talking in chat, but she really can't see text. So that's how that's going. But she wanted to send her love and her big hellos to everybody. Yes, 29 here as well, which is quite hot for us, isn't it? We're not used. I'm not equipped for this at the moment. I'm just like, go away. Go away. I can't be doing it. Yes, Shell. I can't be doing that at the moment, hon. I know you're going through that, but yeah, not at the moment. I need to lay foundations and make a nice space, not putting stuff in boxes. We're also trying to move my mum closer to me, so there's a lot going on at the moment, hence why I'm disappearing here and there, and you know, it's just one of those times in life. It's all go. It's all go. What's happening with you guys? Anything exciting? I know a couple of you have had birthdays, so happy belated birthdays. KP's birthday was the 15th, KP Colours. So a big, huge happy birthday to our KP. I think we got Jen's at the end of the month, Reading with Pugs. I'm pretty sure she's the end of the month. Yeah, I will do. Mum, they're all... Mum, if you're listening, they say they love you back and hello. Yeah, the bubble's dispersed in her eye, but she still can't see yet. It's time, isn't it? Time will tell. Okay, before we do anything else, can you see how, like, if I show you the back one, for instance, can you see, if I put that up, you got the pinks and the greys. Now we're going to get deeper, but let's go for some green before we do anything else, so I can plan this out. So I'm going to get a couple of greens. One of them is going to be quite dark, one of them is going to be quite light, and we're going to mix them. So because this is all going to be here, and I don't want to put the grey there. Yeah, I know, Wilson. I say it to everyone I know. So we've got light green, mid green, but you know when you just, yeah. Where am I living? I'm living in my own home, mine and Andrew's home, but we are a masonette, which is like you're part of a cult, you're not your own house, if that makes sense. So we want a house, really, but it means we've got to move out further, because we're just in London at the moment, and we want to move out of London, like, a bit further. Okay, so we're going to go for the mid green. But yeah, I'm in London, and Mum's a bit closer into Central. I'm a bit further, like, away on the border. But I grew up in London. Where are you guys from? I know a lot of you are from the US, which is amazing. One day me and Andrew are going to go there. He's been there a couple of times. I've not. He needs to take me. But one of our things that we've said now is that we want to go to Florida. To Disneyland at some point when the baby is like older and can appreciate it. So we would definitely make that trip to the US happen. But he's been there, and he's been Universal Studios, and I'm like sitting here over Miss Jealous. Like, come on, take me. Oh no, Brian. Well, we wish you a good recovery. And a speedy one. Same with Mona. We wish you a speedy recovery. Although, don't overdo it. And take your time. Because healing takes time. As much as we want it to happen like now, it does take time. Okay, so we're going to still put some green here. So he's got moss on his head, poor thing. He's not having a good time over here with moss. When moss is growing, something's happened. That's what happens. South Africa, nice, isn't it? Oh, can someone type what I'm using? It's the Zig Clean Colour Reel brush. That's what I'm using. I hope that she can see that. Right, so we need just slightly darker. Let's try the deep green a second. And let's just dot a little bit in. And remember, when it starts off, it's not how it finishes. You've got to remember to trust the process, is what I say. Trust it. Trust that it's going to be how you envision. It's just, it has to start. You have to start somewhere and you build upon. Trust yourself. Yes, Marilyn, join us. I can't wait to go one day. I'm like, when they're 4, will they understand? Can we go then? I'm just like, oh my God. I have like okay, this is quite a good question. What's your 5-year plan? My 5-year plan is to, in 5 years' time, we'll be in a different house and Mum and Dad will be near us and I would have gone to Disneyland in Florida. We would have saved up and done the family holiday. That's my 5-year plan now. I didn't have one until now. Otherwise it was just like, meh, we'll see each day as it comes. Hiya, Sudie. How are you? Hiya, Josley. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, in your time zones. Okay, so we've got a bit of moss now. I'm going to keep that moss there because we need to do more. But now I know where the moss is going to be. Now I'm going to refer, I'm not copying it exact, but I just want to get a gist of the back picture. And this is the only thing, because it's at the back you got, you know. Oh, there is some more there, isn't there? Let me just get a little bit more green. Is there any more? I'm going to bring a little bit underneath these snakes. I don't like snakes. Oh no, Lou, I'm sorry. I know, Shannon, I didn't, but it's like, now I've got all these things in my mind and I'm like, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do this with them, and now I have a 5-year plan. I didn't before. Someone asked me that actually, not too long ago. What's your 5-year plan? It's like a question that people seem to be asking at the moment, and I'm like, and now I'm like, okay, I can see what I want. It's just simple things in life for me. Like some people is becoming a millionaire, or, you know, having a promotion in their jobs or whatever it is. And I'm just like, mine's very homely ones, I think. Very family orientated ones. Especially if Mum and Dad get closer. Because then I can just pop round to them so frequently. Oh, and I want another chihuahua when we move. Did I mention that? Like, oh my goodness. Oh, Joanne, did you get it, Joanne? Okay, I'll wait till they're a bit older. That'll give us longer to save and have the holiday of a lifetime then, won't it? Is there anywhere, now that the world's opening up again and it's kept us indoors for so long, is there anywhere that you guys want to travel now? It's prompted you to like think, well, life's too short, we don't know what's around the corner, I want to go to wherever. Is there anywhere that you kind of think that? Is there any more moss? There's a little bit there I've missed, isn't there? I'm just doing the moss. Right, so I think that's it. It's kind of that part, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's the thing, it's kind of messed us all up, isn't it? But it's also made me realise that you just have to, hence why we got pregnant, you just have to just go for things. You just never know what's around the corner, and you need to do things that make you happy, as cliche as that may be. I know, Wilson, you love travelling anywhere. We want to go back to Egypt, and I'm like, we can't go in the usual times we go, hon. It's going to be too hot for them. Dark grey, but definitely want to go away somewhere next year. And then obviously, you know, the wedding planning. Oh my god, it's too much. Obviously, get married, that's the big one. We said probably 2022 now, when they're about 1 and a bit. Right, I've done various greys. I'll tell you what I've done. So I've done the pale grey, dark grey, and blue grey, and light grey. I need quite a lot of the light grey. Yeah, Della, this is the thing. I think masks are here to stay for a while, but although we have Freedom Day coming, which means that we don't need to wear masks, on the 19th, and I think it's going to be one of those things where it's, some places will require masks and other places will say, well, it's at your discretion. But I think we will be in a world where it will be a thing and it's going to become a bit of a culture. I can't stand them. I can't wear them at the moment because I can't breathe in them whilst pregnant. So I wear one of those face shields instead. And some places don't even accept them. They're like, well, it's not adequate face covering. I'm like, well, it's this or nothing. I can't breathe in the masks. Genuinely. Okay, so I'm just going for the light grey. Are you finding they're suffocating? Yeah, we're going to go. We used to go in December, July and then December at Wilson. We used to go twice a year. And December's still 26, 27, and nights are a bit cooler, and it was lovely. And we used to go there for our anniversary every December for a few years, and then health got in the way a little bit, and then COVID happened when Andrew was going to book it, and then COVID happened. So that stopped that. I think most of our lives come to a bit of a halt, didn't it? But definitely, I think this has made a massive difference to people's way of thinking. And going forward, I think quite a lot of people are going to definitely live a bit more in the way of if they had stopped themselves doing something up until now. I'm just mixing the greys, by the way, that it will get you kind of thinking, well, you know, especially to those poor families that have lost loved ones. And I think that they definitely are going to take the bull by the horns, so to speak, and just go for it now. I mean, we know of a couple of people who have lost people, Andrew's ex-co-workers, and it's made them look at life completely differently. Completely. They lost their mums because they were nurses, and you know, now they're having babies and getting married, and you know, all the things they were putting off, they're kind of just thinking, well, no, not now. Oh my god, Kirsty, no, not at the pool. Not at the pool. I couldn't. Did you just keep taking it off to breathe? They are like saunas. Okay, so I'm just mixing greys up. Some places will be darker, some places will be lighter. And let's just have a look. Let's pull you up a little bit because you're a bit close, aren't you? Although it's okay. Look, there's absolutely no bleed through, and I would say there's no buckling. So it's doing well. So if you, oh my god, look at that. Look, I've put my, give me 2 seconds. Let me just wash my hands. I've put green, but it doesn't matter. I can lift that. Hello. Chip, stay there, baby. You can stay there. Okay. I'm here. Sorry, I was just washing my hands because I had green on my hands from putting it in there. So if you ever need to lift some colour off a page, if you get a clean brush and a cloth I mean, I don't know if it's going to work with this. We'll give it a go. But if you ever need to, just scribble it a bit and then lift. So scribble and lift. And it should get the majority off because you're activating it. And while it's wet, you can wipe it away, but don't smudge the page. Just lift, like dab. There you go. Dab. And it's got them off. They're gone. It's gone. It's gone. We're good, Sha. We're good, Sha. We're alright. We're doing alright. Jeopardy music can go back in the box. Okay, so I need the light grey, not the pale grey. And I'm just literally going to go all over my palette because I can mix it in with the darker ones. Like that. Like so. Okay. So back to what I was doing before. I had green literally all over my hands. I don't give myself a minute to breathe when I talk. I'm so sorry. But I know when I'm listening to like radio, I love it when they chat and they don't stop. So I think that's probably, well, I just talk for England anyway. You know. That's how it goes. Oh, has anyone been watching anything recently that's any good? I know Shannon's watching Chicago PD, as is Wilson, and Fire, sorry. Fire. The Fire is the best. I'm waiting for the new series of that very impatiently, which usually comes in the autumn. And if you notice on Chicago Fire, it is always snowing because they always film over the winter. So look out for that. Look out for that. You'll notice it now that I've said it. You'll go, oh yeah, it's always cold. They've always got hats on. It's always, where they breathe, it's like smoke. They're always freezing. It's because they always film, their schedule is always filmed over the winter. Because I said, is Chicago always cold or something? But it's not. Manifest, yes. Season 3 just came on yesterday. I just downloaded them. Okay, I will do it when I'm sitting doing my body colour. I will sit and watch that. Can't wait. Lego Masters. Yeah, Chicago Med. I'm not, because I love greys. I can't get into Chicago Med, and I love the Chicago like brand as a whole, but I just can't get into it. Just can't. I can't. Shannon, I tell you, I'm an old woman these days. 7 o'clock, I'm like, is it acceptable to go to bed at 7 p.m? And then I drag it out till 8 and sometimes 9. And if I'm up past that, I am lucky. Lucky, because I very rarely make it past that anymore. I'm like, Andrew, I'm going to bed. He's like, already? I've just got in from work. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Baby needs to sleep. Bye. I'm gone. Okay, just going to put some more blue grey down. So remember, you just go dark in dark patches, light in the lighter patches. You do your mask, do your pink, and then we've got a base. And anything on top we can go over with Prismas, but the majority is going to be done with the zigs because you've got your base to go on and you're just literally building upon that. So this is going to be the darkest areas. So just use that. Thank you. I don't know how it's going to turn out. You know, you sit here and you're like, well, we'll just see. We'll just see. Okay, so I'm going to go to the light grey again because that's what I need to do. I don't want to soak that bit too much, hence why it's going to be patchy for a minute because this is the light grey again. It will be patchy for a bit because I don't want to overgo like an area so that it peels. So I'll come back when it dries. There we go. And then I'm going to put some pinks as well. Now, I would say stick something behind this to protect the other page, but that would be nonsense because you've actually got a page, an illustration directly on the back of the page anyway. So, yeah, it does. You don't even realise, but as I said, it comes to a certain time of night and I'm sitting and yawning, I can't keep my eyes open. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. And I used to be such a night owl. I used to be up till 3. Then I got into a habit of actually getting in bed by 10. and now it's like 8 o'clock. Is it acceptable? Sometimes 9. I'm like, yep, I'm gone, bye bye. And Chip actually tells me he wants to go to bed, so I'm like, I listen to him. Sometimes I use him as the excuse. Okay, so let's get some more of that here. Now, is that his neck? Can you see that? It's like scaly. Is that his neck? Apparently so. Ooh, apparently so. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to check. Oh, it's so funny. Chip's got into snorting a lot. Like a lot. And he snorts. Oh my God, Mandy, I cried my eyeballs out 2 episodes back. The train, I won't say too much for anyone that's not watched it, but the train, that episode just, oh, my heart couldn't take it. I genuinely could not take it. My heart was in my mouth. Okay. Right. Yeah, it's alright. I need to give myself a break, right? Okay. Let's go for grey. It's called grey, this one. Obviously, they're all shades of grey, but let's go for the grey under here, which is a bit darker. It's more like a Payne's grey, if you're going to compare it. And we're going to just make sure we dot it down a bit. Yeah, that's the exact same thing I say, actually, Shannon. He comes to me with Wilson, his toy. Honestly, his toy was called Wilson before I knew Wilson. He's got his favourite toy is called Wilson. And he comes to me at night with Wilson hanging out of his mouth. He goes to the door, gives me the look. If I don't come, he comes back at me with Wilson in his mouth. Excuse me. Then he comes back, then he goes on the bed and he waits. If I don't come, he comes back in, he barks at me. I'm like, okay, I'm coming. Is anyone else's dog's demanding? Does anyone else's dogs rule the roost? Hi, Tiana. Okay, so I need to put some, obviously greys are going to be quite obvious in this area, but I'm going to mix now because I'm not bothered about what shade of grey it is as long as it's lighter than that. So we're just going to very vague. I'm not, just like that. A wash. Let's give it a wash. We need a wash of grey all over. We'll put some pinks here and some darker greys in these little, they're like gels, aren't they? And as I said, if you want to colour an elephant and you are, you know, feeling to do so, there's one in Fragile Wells as well. This is Pickle's hashtag, which is hashtag July Elephants Colour Along, I think that's right. It's in the title of this video. Also her Instagram, where you tag Pickle, is in my description. And if you do that, remember, so you have to have the hashtag right so she can repost in her stories. Otherwise, she won't see them, and that'll be a shame. So if you're going to do an elephant this month, you've got all of July. We're only 17 days in. We've still got quite a time yet. There's still time to join in. Then definitely grab yourself your Nelly Ellies and get colouring. Hey, Sue! I know, Pickle, they're just so demanding. I think they rule us, not the other way around. But yeah, that's how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to put some more of the green. I'm going to go for this, what's this one called? Mid green. And I'm going to put just a touch of it here on this part. Can you still see it in your screens? Like it's sort of merged into those gels a bit, and on the edge of the ear, just going to put a touch. Now, I'm not worrying about the line at the minute. If it goes over a bit, that's fine. I'm also going to add a little bit underneath that birdie there. And let's grab a little bit of the darker green in there as well. The tusk seems to have a little bit on the bottom. There seems to be some moss there, but we're going to give it some anyway, even if there wasn't. So let's put it in the tusk. Remember, you still got time to fiddle because you haven't put down your pencils yet. So let's just fiddle at the moment and play with colour. Is your palette textured? Yes, it is. This side is. This side, no. One side is completely smooth and one side's textured. The textured side grabs your pens and your Neos and things like that, and the other side is good for acrylics. Really, I prefer acrylics on them because you can just wipe them off. But yeah, it's I love these palettes. But you can use a little chopping board. If you get a chopping board that's clear, you know, one of those clear plastic ones in like a pound shop or a dollar shop if you're in the US. Yeah, you can do that. Hi, you purple. So there's lots of different ways you can apply. You don't have to. You don't have to get this board, but honestly, this board is amazing. So if I had to recommend, I'd say get the board. But you know, if you want to get a budget, then go to the pound shop. Okay, so I've just put 2 of those pinks down again. So that was just the pale rose and the almond pink, because I'm just going to add a little bit into the ear. I'm just going to add a tiny, and just wipe off a bit, and then the lighter pink I'm going to add in. And I'm also going to do a little bit coming down here. We'll keep the flow of the pinks in there. And just add a little bit into the ear. Like merge it in with the greys. But not too much, otherwise it just muddies out and you don't actually see the pink. If you know, mix too much, because the grey's darker, it'll just override it. You just need a bit. So we just add a little bit. There we go, just a little into there. Alright, so we've got our base more or less. The rest can be in pencil, I think. Right, with the... No, actually, let's go for a little bit of grey on the bottom here. I've missed... Let's just go for it. Just a touch, you know, just to give you a bit of a colour base rather than nothing. Alright, let's look at these snakes. So we've got our base down, which is great. Let me pull you up a bit. Don't know about the mess. And let's have a quick look at our back picture while that's drying. See, on the back picture, if I bring it up, I hope you can see it. They have a lot of green in there, and I wasn't going to do as much green. And their snake is like a bluey colour. Now I don't know if I want to go for the blue. I do want to do the bird with blues, but again, that bird is so small I don't have to base that. These little mushrooms we can base them. The other stuff can be done in pencil. It was just the main thing, I think. Okay, so we'll do an orange and maybe like a creamy colour, just to sort of... Oh, sorry about that. Bear with me. Let me just wash off a little bit because I don't need that now. So bear with me. you got, is it, hi KP, I was saying earlier it was your birthday on the 15th, so a big happy belated birthday from everyone. Oops. Okay, so we've got a clear board now, and I'm going to put down Scarlet Red, which is more orangey, honestly, just a little bit, and Natural Beige, because I'm going to mix them, but I want, because this is so much darker, I need quite a lot of the Natural Beige to mix with, so I'm just going to scribble. Yeah, I know, me too, it's my favourite, and it's elephant mode in this house at the moment because of the nursery being all like greys and stuff, so yeah. Okay, so I'm going to add a touch of this into this beige and see what colour I get, which is just a slightly lighter version, because this is going to have, I'm not too worried about the lines for a second because I can always, like, they're just suggestive at the moment. I'm going to darken some of this up, so it's just a base, and who doesn't like a bit of orange? Just makes it bright and cheerful. Okay, because I'm going to put pumpkin orange on here anyway. I already know that, so it just gives me an indication to what parts is going to be the pumpkin orange. And then I can put some browns. Let's put that in there. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I couldn't walk past him, that was the problem. Like, literally couldn't walk past him. Didn't go in that shop for that. And walked out with it and nothing else. So it called. It called me. Okay, so we need a brownish colour. There is like a light brown, which is like a orange brown, so like an ochre. Hiya, Julie Lou. Ah, well, welcome. I hope that you're going to have fun. There's so many channels to discover. In the description, there is a streamers list as well, so feel free to join other people's streams. They're fun, they're interactive, same crowd usually, that, you know, we all sort of like join each other's, so it's the same crowds, and you should have a load of fun. How long have you been colouring? Are you new to the community completely, or just new to the YouTube community? Okay, let's put some of this light brown in. It's fun, it's addictive. It's also something that will make you completely broke. So just warning you, there are a lot of enablers in this community, and they're not even sorry about it. They're like proud. Dee Dee, yeah, everyone loves Dee Dee. She's amazing. Dee Dee does a bit of everything, doesn't she? Are you into other crafts then as well? Okay, so I've just put some of the mid green down, and I'm just going to go in. As I said, I'm not worried too much about shading with these, because we're going to come in with some pencils, but you can definitely get a good layer down. And yeah, just less work then, isn't it, when you've going with something else. And then I'm going to go for dark green. Pickle, yes. That is exactly the case. Exactly the case. I get my way whilst they're very young, until they have their own preferences, find their voice and tell me what they want. So until then, we shall have elephants. Trying out watercolours. It is tricky. There is a knack to it. I'm not great at it. But the good thing is with watercolour, if you want to learn watercolours and sit down with some tutorials and you don't mind paying a very small fee, I don't know if you've heard, but there is a really good, I mean, she taught me a lot, Kirsty Partridge on Patreon. And she taught me a lot of stuff on how to layer up, how to use them. But if you're just doing it for fun and you don't want to take it like deadly seriously, because it's a hobby, you should be doing it for fun, then just play around, have a splash around. You never know what you might end up finding that for a day whilst you've practiced, you've got the gist of it. So, but the key is not too much water unless it's watercolour paper, especially in these colouring books. If you've got watercolour paper, it's a different kettle of fish. You can go to town a little bit more, but yeah, it is a little bit difficult in the colouring books. Some of them, they don't like water at all, or they soak it up. They're like a bit porous, like a sponge, and then before you know it, you've got a really badly buckled page. Oh, she's really good. Kirsty Partridge on Patreon. Again, let me link her after the stream. Let me go and get Andrew first, and then I'll link her. Okay, so we've got a good base going now. So we can bring in pencils. I'm quite happy with the base on that. I'm going to leave the tusks, so I'll put some beige. Okay, let's put these away. Let's get some mess off my table. No, I haven't watched her. I've not heard of her. That's a new one to me. I'll check her out. Yeah, there's so many people. But remember, I always say this as well, because I've got, you know, not disheartened. I'm not going to say I got disheartened. I just got too involved in making sure everything had to be a little bit more proper. And remember, it's a hobby. But if you want to learn, and you want to learn like just basic stuff and follow some tutorials, I used to pay £5 like English, or £9 if I upgraded. And Connie did that as well, our lovely CB Connie, and we learned a lot from her. She was absolutely incredible, Kirsty. Like, and I mean incredible. Just for technique, I'm just putting my pens away just so that I don't have a mess on the table. And I can bring the Prisma scribble sticks out, which I love. I love my Prismas. Prismacolors are amazing. Let me just, whoops. Let's put that in. Sorry, just bear with me. Bear with. There we go. All done. All put away. All nicely packed. How I like it. Otherwise, with these, I like them in the box, because what I do is store them upside down so I can see the colour, and I have them beside me in my cart. So, right. I love zigs. They're so good. So good. You can buy them in singles as well, so you don't have to buy an entire set. Right, let's get on with some pencil work. So I'm using Prismas. Now, these are just my Prismas, and I did get this idea from Dee Dee, funnily enough. She bunches hers together, and for streams, this is my streaming box. I call it my streaming box. For streams, this is what I do, because I have a brand new set that is my backup set, but because these are my most used, I've bunched them into colour groups like Dee Dee's done, because I found that when I'm streaming, this is so much easier for me. It really makes the biggest difference in the world to just grabbing like what I need, and I don't have then issues in trying to find things. So we're going to get some pinks and peaches, and some greys and some greens, and let's put that. Are you good in your screens? Make sure you are before I continue. Thank you for the link. Yeah, there's so many lovely ladies that stream, so definitely go check people out. It is a fun community, it really is. Okay, let's head to some peaches and pinks first, just because I can get that out of the way, because there's not much pinks in there. I'm going to pick out pink as my lightest, I think, as my darkest pink, sorry. I might pick out some clay rose, and I definitely want a peachy colour, so let's go for peach. And then my lightest can be beige. Okay, so they're my peachy tones. I'll bring you down. And we've got a good amount down already. So with the darkest pink, I think I'm going to do Clay Rose Shannon. Just love Shannon, cracks me up every time. Shannon's brilliant, she's fun. And there's always a good atmosphere in her streams. So if you want like to chill out, grab something you're working on and join a Shannon stream. Shannon does, she streams on Mondays and Thursdays. I can only tell you by my time because I'm in the UK. And then we've got Connie. As I said, there is a link in the description. Peach, you get some peach. We're just going to heighten some of this colour. Even if Shannon does talk with a country slang, and sometimes it makes me laugh. Friend. What did she say the other day? And I was like, oh Lord. Fanger, not finger, fanger. I was like, oh my God. Oh dear, fanger. I was like, oh my God, Shannon. She makes me laugh. She's a fun girl. Always a laugh. Okay, so as you can see, most of this is done. So I'm just literally going in and just heightening up some of this colour for some shading. Let's grab our beige because that's going to join the greys. If you come back to pink a second, because that's not my lightest tone, sorry about that. I love country slang, but sometimes it cracks me up because I love different dialects, how we all say things differently. But I have to say, Brian is the most country out of the both of you. He definitely is. He's got more of the twang. Okay, so I'm going to come down here. I still got pink. I'm using Prismacolors. And I'm just going to put some pink in first. I don't want to do too much. Yeah, alright Shannon, you're non-accent. Okay. Alright. We believe you. I have a non-accent. You've definitely got an accent. Oh my God. Okay, Clay Rose. What's your favourite accents? Mine's definitely, I love Irish as well. Oh my God, it's one of the accents that I just love listening to Irish. Love it. What's your favourite? I love all the different US dialects because everywhere sounds so different. Like wherever you are, east, west, north, south, you're all different slightly. So it's amazing. And here we've just got such a, wherever you go in the country is going to be slightly different accents. You've either got farmer, London, Melandina, Welsh, Irish, Scottish, Newcastle, Manchester, Liverpool. There's so many different dialects here. So many. Scottish, Cajun. Take care, Pat. Oh, Ali, who's going? Someone's going. Yeah, I love Irish. Mona, I love it. I love, 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 love. I could listen to it all day. I love Scottish accents as well. Joanna Basford's got an amazing accent. I love it. It's so soft. And I don't know, she's got one of those voices you can just so like melodic. I just love listening to it. Okay, can you see how nice and pronounced that pink is now? It's just not too bad. You've got some pinks and yellows mixed, which is what I was sort of heading for. Right, now the tasks. I've got my beige. I need like eggshell as well. So I'm going to grab, I think eggshell. Is it eggshell? Yep. So I'm going to grab beige and eggshell. Beige is going to be more like into the dark areas. Just a bit. And then I'm going to grab my eggshell and I'm going to try and merge that in a little bit and just fade it out a touch. Because it is ivory, isn't it? And it has got a slight colour. Now, if you want to add any more to that, you can. But I would go for something like putty beige or peach beige even. If you go for peach beige, that's got more of a grey tone into it. And that sort of just gives it a little bit more of a lifelike. So just a little bit. You don't need too much. It's a task. Aww. Oh, really, Mona? Nice. You always make me smile. Yes, you have you don't have a non-accent. It's just hilarious that you say that. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome here anytime. I'm going to grab myself green ochre, lime peel, and marine green, I think. If we want any more, we will. Okay, because we'll do the greys last, because obviously greys is just greys. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here 50 shades of it. Okay, let's go for the green ochre first, which is the darkest one. If you're wondering why my Prismacolor looks different, it's one of the originals from the US. It was before it went to Mexico, and then they changed the design. I've still got a few of these left, and I love using them so much. I don't know if you've noticed. I'll show you the difference. Look at the difference. So the lead, you had no cracks. You have more of colour. And in this one you have less. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. This is much more colour. This is more wood. You did get more colour in those old ones. Ah, thank you, Abby. Hello, lovely. Okay, let's go for some green ochre. Let's go for the dirty colour first, I call this, because it has like, I don't know if you've ever seen green ochre. It's quite a unique colour. Let me go, hold on, I'll show you. Let me get a piece of paper. Would be easier, wouldn't it? Where's my scrap paper? I have a million pieces, and then when you need one, you can't find one. And that's just so typical, isn't it? You have like a million scrap pieces of paper, and then all of a sudden you've got none. There's one. That one? Yeah, that's one. Okay. So I've got one now. Okay. Right, I'm good for another hour and 10 minutes. This is like a brown green. Can you see what I mean? Whereas this is like it's still got a brown in it, but more of a moss green. And then lime peel is one of my favourites. It balances out the brown, the mid, and then the light. It's just, I love the combination of all three. I think they just go really well together. Okay, so as I said, I'm using green ochre first, which is PC1091, and that's more on the darkest part. So you know where you've got like a shadow, so underneath this, just like scribble. I'm just scribbling like this, because it's moss. I'm just scribbling. Oh, they really are scribble sticks. There we go, Shannon. They really are scribble sticks. I'm scribbling. If anyone wonders what on earth I'm talking about, that is what they have been named, scribble sticks. They are officially Prismacolor. But yes, I'm just scribbling. On these parts, I need to come up a bit so I don't. I'm just going to flick. But on these areas, I'm scribble. Just a little scribble. I'm just going to have a sip of water in a second. I'm still on water, still not touching tea. I'm now officially like 4.5 months of no tea. It's crazy, isn't it? No tea, no coffee, no hot drinks. Can't stand them at the moment. My stomach, ugh. Doesn't like it. I'm still on water, just water. I drink about 3 litres a day. which is a good thing. It's a good thing. But I hope, I hope the need for tea comes back. I'm telling you, I hope it doesn't go forever. Okay, I'm gonna get my. Oh, nice! You bought it. Yeah, it is beautiful. And I think there is actually a hashtag going around about let me double check this for you. A hashtag with Asian colour along. I think it's Tammy, isn't it? So that will give you an incentive as well. I love hashtags. I've just not joined any recently. Amazon Tammy. Yeah, she's doing one called Colour Japan in July, and it's a Japanese book. So you can colour Japan, and then you can tag and any image that represents Japan or by a Japanese illustrator. So there is one going around, and the one that I'm currently doing is by Pickle. As I said, she's in the description. She's also here. And it is this one. So it's July Elephants Colour Along. That's our lovely Pickles page, and it's any page that by any artist that includes an elephant. It doesn't have to be a whole page of elephants, it could just be one in there. But yeah, so you can hashtag that one as well. Oh, don't you just love it, Purple, the Circle of Life colouring book? It's doing the rounds at the moment. That was very close to me picking that up again, but I thought, no, I'm going to pick this one up because I want to do an elephant. Fragile Worlds has a really good elephant in it. If you've not seen that, I'll show you a couple of pages. Which I was tempted to do first, but then when I picked this and saw this one, I was like, nope, nope, nope. We're sticking with Mr. Ken Matsuda. Okay, so this is just Marine Green, which is PC 988. And as I said, I'm scribbling. Ah, I need tea. It's like the love of it hasn't gone and the need for it's still there, but the taste is absolutely disgusting. And I mean disgusting. It's like a metallic-y off flavour, if that makes sense. Like it just reminds me of something that's just not quite right. It's the only way I can describe it. It's not quite right. It just, ugh, it goes down the sink. I keep trying, you know, every couple of weeks I'll try, you know, making one, but not happening at the moment. So I literally drink, these are big, I don't know if you can see, it's like huge bowls. I drink 2 of these a day, they're 1.5 litres. Oh, Purple, seriously, so do I, but baby doesn't. Taste buds hate it. It's funny how your body goes through funny stages. It's crazy to me. I'm like, what? Why do these things happen? Okay, and then I'm going to grab my lime peel. That's really brought that out, hasn't it? And I'm not going to go on the colour that I've done. I'm going to blend out the edge of the green. So I'm just bringing it right on down. We've still got some leaves like sticking out. So, oops, I'm out of shot. If I'm out of shot, just shout at me. Just say, out of frame, and I'll correct myself. So, I'm really just mixing up my colours and just bringing some of that down into areas maybe that didn't have it, just a touch. And all these little leaves, I'm going to put the lime peel on those. Any leaf. And we'll use a slight gelato background, I think, which I'm looking forward to. And I'm going to use my finger for that. Ginger ale. Yeah, there's ginger ale here. It's quite sharp. It burns. Oh, you're going to do the Fragile World one? Nice. I really like that one. Shannon, how many whips? You're going to have 1 million at the end of this month. Oh, Circle Light, you'll love it. It's one of those books that, funnily enough, if I'd seen it, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But once my mum bought me that, actually. And once she bought it, I just fell in love with it. And I think I did 3 back to back because I just couldn't put it down. Okay, I'm going to have to bring you up a touch, okay? I'm so sorry. It just means you're not zoomed in. And I'm going to bring some of that lime peel down here. So just bring a touch. Got to move that a second. And same on the edge of this little ear here. Right, so that's, I don't think it needs any more green. You can bring a little bit, and you can kind of just judge it yourself on where you want colours to be. I think that's enough green. He looks a bit mossy. We might need to bring a little bit down here in between these little fish. It's so random, isn't it? You got an elephant with a snake, a bird, and fish. The fish, I'm surprised the fish is still alive. They're out of the water. Way too long. Okay, so we just bring that so it doesn't look so like out of place. Like that. That's better, isn't it? Yeah. So strange. Okay, very random that one. Yeah, you do. Okay, greys. So, my thoughts, see what your thoughts are. I want to mix warm greys and cold greys. Now, they're completely different. One is, like it says, warm, it's got more of a brown tone. One's cold, it's got more of a blue tone. However, I feel that the shadowed areas benefits with the cool grey and the lighter areas benefit with the warm grey. That's my opinion. I always mix them personally. I love mixing them. We need to do something with the museums on whatever we do next. Hiya Becky, how are you, honey? Okay, so we're going to go for 90% and 70. I'm going to go for 70. 70% in the dark areas of cool grey, and then the much like less shaded areas, that's the word I'm looking for, I'm going to go for warm greys. So we'll probably go for 30, 20, we'll go for 20, and we'll go for 10 and maybe 30. We'll see. Do I want 30? Oh, I don't know. No. Do I? Don't know. We'll go for 30. we will. So let's start off first with the darkest, which is going to be my 90% cool grey, which is PC1067. His is an amazing artist. I hope he brings another book out. Hi Dee, how are you? Okay. So do you want me to zoom you in a bit so you can see detail? Otherwise you're a bit far, aren't you? Okay, so I'm going to go into, you know, all these little old parts, but I'm not going to go too heavy because you can see it's quite dark. It's sort of bordering on that side before it goes a bit more like charcoal. Like a dark, deep colour. I'm just going to make sure the shaded areas stand out a bit more. That's all it is. Because it's like an old soul. How long do elephants live? Just, she's your favourite. You know, she was my first... Daydreams was the first book that I'd say made me fall in love with colouring books as a whole. But she wasn't the first book that I enjoyed. My first book I enjoyed was Enchanted Forest by Joanna Basford. But I'd say out of all the books that made me fall in love, it was when I got that first hard copy from Sweden of Dagdrömmar, Daydreams, and I just thought, if this is how colouring books are, I'm in love. You know, they are stunning, and it just was my first proper hardback stunning book that I'd spent a little bit more money on. And I ordered the same day as I got that, I ordered I think 10 Flesh Colours of Polly singles off of Cult Pens, and I just was totally in love. Okay, so we're just literally darkening up some of these crevices. Not much, because we're going to blend it out. We're just putting in the deepest, because otherwise I'm going to lose them a little bit, aren't I? What was the first book that made you fall in love with colouring? It's different from... Hiya, Beth! It's different from what you first coloured, but what was the first book that made you completely head over heels with colouring books? Mine was definitely Hannah Carlson's, I must admit. I just thought, how can a book be this beautiful? You know, it had the gold on the front, it was hardback, the illustrations captured me, it was so different, and it just made me feel, oh, I love it. And then from there it just went downhill in terms of spending. Hey you Lucy, how are you, lovely? Hope you're having a good Saturday. It's warm, isn't it? Fantasia. Yeah, it's a beautiful book as well. I remember getting that from Nick. I ordered it directly through him when he first released it, and it was another like moment. You know, when those Serene just captured my heart though. When he got that, I was like, oh. But it wasn't the first book I say that made me fall in love with colouring, and I'd already been deep head over heels by that point. Completely. Okay, so following off that, I'm going to get myself my 70% cool grey, and I'm just going to blend up the edges of what I've just done on those bits just to see if that works. Yeah, it does. If you hear the fan in the background, I'm so sorry, I need it on. I'm roasting under this studio lighting. Okay, so I'm just blending that out a bit. Just go with what your hands want to do. Yeah, Mum's alright. She still can't see text. That's why earlier she said that, you know, tell everyone that I said hello. Because I think she's listening on the telly. But yeah, she's alright. She's, you know, time will tell. But I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you. Busy, but good. Okay, I'm going to go 20% warm grey now. And this really works well because I'm going to blend it out into the green. And I'm going to take away some of those little white spaces now with this, and then the 10%. So grab your 10% as well. This is your lightest colour. That's it. And it just blends that all out together. And that's how that bit will go. So it will just follow. So I've got my 20% warm, your 10% warm, and blend into those greys you've already put down. If we need to bring anything out, grab your 70% cool and just fiddle really until you're happy. You know, it's your picture. You do as you want, how you feel, and what you're happy with. Okay, so I'm just going to come to these bits a second. This is to 70% cool grey, and I'm not going any fancy. I'm colouring, you know, quite sketchy really, because it's quite a sketchy illustration in my eyes. So I'm going to follow the sketchiness. Hello my lovely angel, how are you doing, Angela? Angela's nails at the moment are amazing. You actually influenced the colour, even though mine all broke when I was decorating. So we won't say anything about that. 20% warm, but you influenced the colour yesterday. I was like, oh, I need pink. Oh, I need pink. I need it. 10%. And just keep colouring, you know, and blending, and there we go. So it kind of just all merges together. So if you come up, it has brought it out a little bit, but I want to get in all of those like white spaces now. So I'm going to get my 20% warm grey. Hiya Joanna, how are you doing? So this is 20% warm. We'll always mix them if we need to. We need to do those eyelashes with black, or we can come in with the darkest grey. So just blend this out a little bit. Ah, thank Thank you. I've just been having fun with the zigs, really. This is just a little bit of pencil work. Thank you. I'm just going to have a sip of water. I'm going to mute you so you don't hear me gulp gulp. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was thirsty. I just need to sharpen my, look, it's blunt. How, that's not me, is it? It's like factory. You know the blunt. Sorry about the noise. There we go. What other one was bluntish? That one. 20%, 30% warm grey. Good, good. Good to see you getting stronger. Okay, 30% warm. Oh, that's better. It makes a massive difference on laying down. Okay. Didn't realise how blunt they actually were then. Remember if elephants? Tag pickle pickle. Share your hashtags. Don't be afraid to share your channels. Throw your hearts up because we have people new in the community. That's a good thing. Sorry, I didn't think of that, Julie Lou. So if you have a channel, whatever kind, in terms of if you're a crafter, if you're a colorist, because that's, you know, obviously what most of us are here, throw 3 hearts so Julie Lou can come check you out and hang out. Remember, ring bells because they make all the difference, otherwise you miss people. Okay, I'm going to bring this 30% here. This is still warm grey, and we can always get a Prismacolor blender on this after. I'm not too fussed at the moment about it blending out perfectly. I'm going to get my 10% warm grey. So don't forget there is a slight base there, so I'm just going to go quite scribbleish. I'm liking the scribble style. You know where you've got to be quick in terms of you're trying to lay down quite a large area and you scribble it down. I love that. Instead of taking my time. This is perfect for me. I'll tell you why. At the moment, the thought of sitting down for 20 hours in total to do a page is just not happening for me. So I need something that I can get done. Like, we've been on an hour and a half and we will get this done. Even if I don't get the background done, I will get the elephant actually done. But that's perfect. So say 2 hours, 2 and a bit hours, 2 hours, 10 minutes, whatever it might be. That's the kind of page that I need in my life right now. So it's a good way. Grab your water media first. But Kirby's books, Beth, we'll all agree is actually quite accessible and not too expensive. So if we ruin one of his books, it really doesn't matter. We'll get another one. We'll rock up on Amazon like we usually do, with no excuse usually, but we got an excuse this time because we ruined a book, and we get another one. That's what I do. I've got 2 of every one of his books. I've got 2, which is terrible because I have a practice copy and I think, why do I do that? I don't need to do that, but I end up doing that, you know. And Andrew says to me, haven't you got this one? I'm like, yeah, but it's a practice book, you know. When I want to practice something, it's just like, my lord. And then he brings out like repeats of things in, you know, poster books or whatever it might be. So we end up doing it again. We're terrible. Terrible. Okay, gonna grab my 90% a second. Who else has practice books? I did. Sorry, Angela. I came on an hour earlier today because I've got to go and pick the mister up from work. So I have to finish by what's the time now? It's 4:30. I can finish by So 5:15, because I've got to pack up, take out little monkey down over here, because, you know, he's got to go for a walk, and then go pick up the mister from work. And we've got to quickly run to Tesco shop, which is a grocery store here in the UK, just to grab a few little bits for the next few days. I can't do shopping without him now because I need him for the bags. I need him to help, so there's that. And he's, bless him, he's done like an 11-hour day and I'm dragging him around the shops. No, I said to him, we won't get a full shop. We'll just get, you know, you go for essentials, what you need for the next few days. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so 90%. This is a very dark area, so we'll go dark there. It's coming to life. Yes, yes. I do love Kirby, I must admit. And it's funny because I picked up, has anyone got his posters, his Imagimorphia posters and Animorphia posters? I picked up the poster book the other day and it did actually make me really want to pick one of his up after I do my buddy colour, because I needed something to prompt me. Okay, gonna pick up my 70% cool grey, that was 90. And I'm gonna press in a little bit more. I'm not going to be afraid to put some colour down because we need to shade the areas that are deeply shaded over here. Let's put a little bit more pressure on that because this is quite shaded, isn't it? So let's put a little bit of pressure on this. I'm kind of doing, there's my page, I'm kind of doing that. So I'm going lighter. I'm going from a heavy scribble to a lighter scribble as I come that way. So I'm heavy here. And then I'm coming lighter. Then what I'm going to do is grab my 30% warm grey. So imagine that. And I'm coming off that with a warm. So it just mixes it all up. Take care, Brian. It was good to see you as well. Hiya, Brandy. Okay. Anyone I missed, I'm so sorry. Welcome, I hope you're good. What's your favourite type of illustration to colour then, Julie? You kind of mixed. You like it all? I'm mixed. I used to say no to animals, but at the moment I'm in just love colouring them. I'm going to have to just move this a second. Etsy's a deep, dark hole like Amazon, isn't it? Deep. Very deep. It's that bottomless pit. Okay, 70% cool grey. There's so many shops that you can go to these days, and there's so much choice. I remember when I first started colouring, it was so limited, and even before that, it was like more Zentangles, wasn't it? And then it just took off with Joanna Basford and Millie Marotta, and then it from there it grew and grew and grew. And the choice we have now is absolutely incredible, and all these artists still keep bringing out more and more, and it's just, it's never ending because there's always something that you want. And this is the problem. It gets to a point where you think, well, actually, I need to colour what I've got. But then all these new illustrations come out and it doesn't actually help us. And I think that's the thing with, but it's a hobby, and you know, it's not, I know it classes as an expensive hobby when you add it up, but it's not in hindsight. It's not like you're going out and buying a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini, you know, you're going out and buying a few colouring books. You've got to weigh it up. Happiness comes as well. 30% warm grey. It really is a bank account suck. It's a vacuum. It vacuums your money. What's happening? Don't go on it. It's a vacuum. That's what we should name it. The vacuum hole. Just, your money's gone. It eats Like an ATM would eat your bank card. Yep. Okay, 90%. And then you sit there so innocent after. I don't know what happened. I don't know. No explanation for what happened there. Okay, 70% cool grey, and then the partners are just like, yeah, whatever. I think they're so used to it by now. They're just like, get on with it. It's like, well, you stuck around this far, so okay. Okay, 90% again. So this is underneath the ear. I don't know if you can see. I'm just going to go like, I'm outlining it, I suppose. And then with the 70%, I'm going to shadow after I've outlined just a bit. Like that. And then let's go for our 30% warm. It's the same greys that I'm using. I've not changed, not added. We'll see if we will. And then we're going to go for our 20% warm right over, and then our 10% warm. You're scared of portraits? Do you know, the best thing to do is just dive in. I think the fear, I used to be so scared of doing animals, and then in the end I just thought, oh, let me just do them, and then you end up enjoying them because you learn and you grow with each one that you do, and then you look back on what you first did and then you think, oh, I've come such a long way. I think that's with anything, isn't it? At the moment I was watching crochet. I'm not going down that hole, I don't think. I was just looking, when I'm, you know, a little bit further along and I'm not doing as much, I was thinking about crocheting a baby blanket. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't even know where to start. I was watching the beginner stuff and it would make it look so easy, but yeah, no, I'm not. I'm alright with these hobbies, I'm okay. I've got enough. I was like, yeah, it'd be nice to do something for the, nope. Nope. I'll save it for the crocheters of the world. The crocheters, you all do amazing. Okay. Let's pull another colour. And I think I'm going to go for, where is it? It's a bluey colour, slate grey? Slate grey. So this is slate grey, which has got more of a blue tone. And I'm just going to add a touch of this into some areas. More like this bottom part here. Around the eyes, or eye. And then maybe, let's bring some into the ear a little bit more. So let's pull our colour up. I quite like the textured look because elephants are quite textured. They're not smooth, and I'm not planning on making this smooth. I'm just going to bring some of that up into here. Okay, then I'm just checking the chat. Yeah, just go for it. I think the fear just ends up making us stop doing something that we actually really want to try. Okay, green ochre, like we were earlier. We've got so many amazing books, and I just think, you know, if we buy them to enjoy them, let's just do it. Okay, marine green. And if you have any questions or you want any inspiration, then Instagram is full of it. So, and lime pill. Let's bring that up a little bit. Bring that one down a touch, actually. Okay. Right, let's focus on, I'm going to bring you up a touch. Can you see the elephant? It's come out okay. Come out very similar to the picture at the back. Oh, thank you. So, I want black. I want black. We can put in any highlights if we need to after. I might take out some of the black line. I want black for his eye. Let's grab, I know I've got one. There it is. So now I had one somewhere that wasn't far. You know his little eye, he's got like the eyelashes there. And if you need to just define anything, like, you know, these parts, I just add a touch of the black. It just makes things pop, especially if you've got a really dark shaded area. Like that, just add a little bit. Right, now snake over here. Kind of want to keep him with greens though, because it kind of goes with the whole theme. Or browns. Should we do a brown one? We'll do a brown one, right? Should we do brown and green? Yeah, let's do brown and green. Okay, so I've got my browns here. I think we're going to pick out bronze, dark brown, and light amber. Yeah. And then in greens, let's go for a different green to what we've used there. So let's maybe put in some moss green, potentially. Maybe some Kelly green. Let's go for that. Okay, let's bring you down a touch. Thank you so much, Mona. I hope he's looking alright on the screens. He's looking okay. Let's go for some bronze. So I'm gonna go for the bronze, and you know we've got some like textured areas here, so it's gonna be the more brown areas. Let's move these pencils because I am hitting pencils all left, right, and centre. So we're going to go for the bronze in the, it's on the edge of the page, as the base on most of this stake. Then I'm going to pick out some light umber. Thank you, Shell. I just love this book. Like it, I genuinely love it so much. Let's put some there and leave some of the light. Then I'm going to get the dark, which is the dark brown. And I'm just going to go for some of these, not all. So I'm just going to scribble in some. I don't need to worry about too much texture because, yeah, it's pretty much done, isn't it? Then I'm going to get my Kelly green. I'm going to try and blend some of the green into that brown. And we will go for bronze or a light umber after. I just want some greens in here. I want him to blend. And then let's go for our bronze all over a second. I will go a bit darker in a minute. I just wanted to get a gist of where I was going with this. I did just want some green hints in there so that he blends in with the moss. Let's just get some of this in. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Beth. I'm so out of practice. It's unbelievable. Okay, let's go to our dark brown and let's just go for some of the areas of detail, especially on the underneath here. It's like, because it's so small, the bigger areas are actually easier, aren't they? And then we've got the bronze again. We need that moss green in a minute. And then let's go back to our Kelly green. Just merge some of that in. I want him to blend. Like, they camouflage themselves anyway, don't they? So that they can spring upon their prey. Like, hello. I was coming to get you. Just with the black, so that he stands out. Just you know, if you had a shadow underneath, just slightly, so that he shadows a bit. Hey, Tonya, how are you doing? let's go back for our Kelly green and just blend that into that bronze. And back to bronze. He's pretty much blended in now. I'm really not too worried about him standing out. He's going to be blue. But let's go for here. Pumpkin orange, I know I want. I know I want it. And that's going to be like main colour. And then I want like a burnt ochre. And then a yellow ochre-ish tone. Yes. So let's see how they go. Yeah, we're good. Emmett. Emmett the elephant. Hiya, how are you doing, Alex? I hope everyone's good. Yeah, we're well. Thank you very much. Okay, pumpkin orange. Don't need loads because we've got that orange already based down. Yeah, they're fluttering away now, like strong, you know. Because I was saying to Andrew, when am I going to feel them? And he's like, I don't know, you're asking the wrong person. We haven't had a child before. And I'm like, I really want to feel them. And then about a week ago, the little flutters started. And over the past 3 days, they've been so active that the flutters are strong, you know. They're not weak. Okay, going to go for burnt ochre. I'm like, oh, there you are. You're there. Hello. Wake up so I can feel you. It's so funny. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's actually a person in there. There's a person in there. I still don't believe it. It's still all very surreal to me. I'm still not, I don't know. It doesn't feel real. If that, you know, it really doesn't. I can't describe it until probably later down the line, and I'm fed up and uncomfortable, and I'm like, yes, it feels real now. Okay, yellow ochre. And then I'll be moaning. Get them out. I want them out now. My back hurts. I can't move. Get them out. That'll be me. So ask me again in about in 3 months' time, and then I'll be moaning. Okay, gonna go for some of that bronze. Now all these little bits. Sorry, that is notifications for news. Don't ask me why I still got that on, because it depresses the life out of me these days. But I had them on since COVID struck, just because I want to know what's going on. Part of me now just thinks switch them off. I don't need to know how many people have died anymore. You know, it is too depressing. Let me turn it off. And then I forget, and I leave them on. Okay, so that's my bad. Okay, really like them. Ah, thank you, Lucy. Oh, bless you. Well, hopefully you continue to be up. And even if you have the bad times and depression still strikes, Julie, you've always got a community here that will always cheer you up. They have pulled a lot of people out of bad times, whether it be pain, depression, mental health, whatever it might be. They are amazing people, all of them. All of them. Thank you so much, Brandy. Okay, let's go for this little fella over here. So let's go for the darkest, which is indigo blue. So let's... Yeah, I swear this community has been a lifesaver for so many of us. It's been we've made such strong friendships, but when people come in, some people always say, I feel intimidated because you all know each other, and I'm like, don't. It's welcome and open to everyone. We welcome people with open arms. It's not just for the people that are already here, it's for everyone. So if you are a lurker and you feel like that, then please have the courage one day to come and say hi. I promise you, we're not going to bite. Oh, Louisiana, nice. The Bayou. Okay, gonna go for periwinkle. And I'm gonna do it on the top as well. Now I need some orange. So I'm going to go for my pumpkin orange because orange does go with these blues. And we've got orange up here. So I'm going to do like under the breast and underneath here as well before we go lighter into like, you know, other blues. Thank you so much. Hi Helen, how are you doing, hon? Alex, how's Vanessa? Oh, sorry, I was just having a sip of water. Okay, I'm going to go for cloud blue as my light. It's just to get that down and then I can build upon that. So these little sketchy bits, I'm not too worried about. Lots of detail. Don't know about you guys, but I'm really not. Okay, I'm going to go for the yellow ochre on those. And now we can go back to a different blue. So I'm thinking like Caribbean or Mediterranean. We'll go for Mediterranean blue. We can finish this, can't we? Why does this... Because it has had mostly watercolour in it. We're just putting details with pencil, but it has had mostly watercolour. Okay, these little fishies I'm going to do, because I don't want to do too many colours in this. I'm going to go for the Mediterranean blue, which is apt because they're from the sea. And the cloud blue on that. Hello, Kim. Thank you so much. It's funny because looking in front of me, things always look very different on the screen, so I never know what it kind of looks like until I never watch myself back, as you know, but if I just quickly press myself on mute and have a quick look, that is what I do because I don't like watching. I've got my periwinkle. It's only when people say to me, oh, did you see this, or you know, did you see if there was a comment like a troll came in, and I have to go back on them, otherwise I don't ever go back on my videos. No way, you're having another baby. Congratulations. How far along are you? Oh, that is amazing. Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, you must be so happy. That's what to do. Get them whilst they're still young. They can grow up together. That's kind of like the plan. You know, that is amazing. Well, congrats to both of you. That is lovely. I love news. Good news. I just love good news. Any good news, doesn't matter what it is. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's have a look at the back before I do these little bits up top. Right, let's have a look. So these here on this back picture, they're like purple and white and yellow butterflies, so I'm going to stick with that. Thank you, Kim. Yes, I have. And thankfully, Andrew was the one that was like, let's have a baby. And I was like, what? Did I just hear right? No, we just won't. Do you know what? Life's too short. COVID. Let's do it. Yeah. Okay. I don't know whether to go with the blues because we've got the blues going on. Should we just do purple? Let's go for it. Sorry about the noise, I'm like clashing around over here. I've got no care in the world. So let's go for some black cherry and maybe some dark purple. Okay, let's go first for the black cherry because that's the darkest. I love this colour. Is anyone, and the black raspberry I love as well, and Tuscan red, and what's the other one that I love? Pumpkin orange. They're my favourites in the Prismas. I'm just going to put some on. I'm not going at all. Okay, let me read what you wrote. I've just for like 5 weeks coincidence that found out because I didn't think I was, but then I bought Prismas. Ah, that's so nice. Oh, yeah, I like them close together, I must admit. Angela, well, we'll both have the shock of our lives if I say like after the baby's like 1, let's go again. I think he will be like, get out. Get out. No, he'd be the same, I think. I'm keeping everything from this one just in case, because that's why I'm buying everything very gender neutral. It's all grey and white. You never know, do you? Keep stuff just in case. Okay, dark purple. Very similar colour anyway. Let's just go for some of it. Okay, and then we need a lighter one actually. So let's go for some lavender. Ah, that's nice. I like that colour. Lavender goes. Just FYI. Nice. I love that. Oh, nice. You're going to buy some ink tents. She'll enjoy them. I need to play with them. But the next set that I want to get back in, just because I loved doing that picture with you all, Christine Karen one, the mermaid with the museums. I want to do the museums again because I used that for the entire page. I love the result. They're just beautiful. Okay, so let's then head to these butterflies. And I'm going to come down just a touch so you can see. I'm going to use yellow ochre all over because I'll bring the pumpkin orange in there as well so that we're all matchy and not too many colours going on, because you can get lost in a haze of too much. And I think stick to, you know, the few you've got on your table, otherwise it can be overwhelming and it ends up with lots and lots going on. So let's grab our pumpkin orange. Let's go in the middle and just literally blend out into it a little bit. And then we're going to get a gelato. Now I'm going to use my finger. Yeah, it's quite a peaceful area. I've got... Do you want to see the wallpaper? Thank you, Kenny. I'm so glad you're still here. Bless you. So this is on Pinterest, but this is how exactly roughly this is the exact wallpaper. So they're going to have this wallpaper, a white. It's going to be very similar to that. So that is the exact wallpaper, and I've got bunting. I've got these instead. These are pictures. I think I oh, hold on. These pictures instead to go on the wall. I don't know if you can see, there's like a lion, an elephant, a giraffe and a zebra, and the bunting will kind of hang off to the other part of the room from there on with that same wallpaper. So yeah, it's going to be nice and peaceful, nice and zen. I've already got a chair in my bedroom that's white, so I'm going to put that in there so I don't have to buy a chair. It's like one of those snuggle chairs, so it's big. If I need to, well, when I have to get up and feed. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, I know, Kenny, I can't wait to fill it so I can show you all. So what I'll do, it's going to be probably another month and a bit before it's all sort of photo worthy, if that makes sense. So I'll show you the stages, but yeah, before I put everything up. Dark brown. I just love that neutral tone. So that, you know, if I say if anymore later, it would be that they can share, because it wouldn't matter then, would it? Like, it's gender neutral kind of thing. Right, so they're going to stay white. So what I'm going to do is only put a touch of like a beige or eggshell. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of eggshell on them because I want them predominantly white light, and I can outline last. So I'll do the little smudgy background first, and I kind of like it as it is. You're so sweet, Shannon. We have to agree first on the name. You know, I'm not winning that one at the moment. Not at all. The Goldfaber are cheaper and more scratchy. I don't personally like the Goldfabers, just my personal opinion. The Polys are amazing and they blend better and they're not scratchy and they're not as hard. They're a harder pencil, but they're not as hard. Yeah, Kim, I'm gonna get one of those little beside me crib things. But yeah, they can go in there after. Okay, so I don't know if I want to do two, because I feel like it would take away from the picture. What colour would you say? I mean, he's done like a grey. I don't want grey. I think a blue. Did he do blue? Oh, he did a green. I'm thinking green, like a... Let's have a look. What's this one like? This one is Comet. Let's have a look. Do it on a piece of paper first. No, it's too bright. Don't like that one on for the picture. I like the colours, but I just don't like it for that picture. Right, not that one. What about this one? Ooh, that's a nice colour. This one is called Bergamot. Bergamot? That's more... That's a bit greyish, isn't it? Oh my god, trying to find the right tone for what you know, what you got in your mind. It can't be that hard, surely. Surely. Can you hear the rattling? You're wondering what I'm rattling around. I'm rattling around gelatos, so that I'm not off screen. You can see what on earth I'm doing. Otherwise, it just sounds like I'm fussing over nothing. But I'm just trying to find which one will go. See, they might mix. Maybe that will go. Maybe it's a bit too... Oh, what's this one? What's this one? Olive. Perfect. We found it. Okay. We found some olive. I don't know if I can do it with this stippling. Hold on. Let's see. I'm not very good at these. Yeah, my pans are not beside me. That's the only reason. I'm just going with what's beside me at hand. They're away in the cupboard. You know, when you're just trying to be quick. Because I'm not going to go all over. I'm just going to come into some. Yeah, we're going to do this one. So I'm going to come in with a stencil brush. I've put quite a bit on the palette so I can do it. It's only, honestly, I didn't get my other cart out, and otherwise I would definitely use pans. Okay, so I'm gonna get a good amount on here, and it's just trying to blend out into some of this so it kind of blends in. I don't want to use loads. It's just so it kind of like goes with that moss. I don't want loads on here. I think it takes away from the actual picture if I do too much. But you can always, don't forget with these, I can get the water on it and spread it out a bit, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm just kind of going at first with where I want it to go. And then we'll call this one done. Yeah, I'm not a fan of I like using them wet, these, if I'm honest, or smudging out with my finger. Oh, but my finger seems to have like extra on it. What you can do is, if you want to lift up any colour, is you can just come in with a, as I said to you, if you make them, right, just FYI, if you do something that you don't like, or you've messed up a little bit, wet it with a clean brush and just lift up a bit. So just, you know, you don't, just lift a bit. You don't have to lift loads. You can just lift. I kind of like them wet. So I think I'm just going to go with the wet and lift like out a bit. I hate doing backgrounds anyway. It's one of my bugbears. It really is. Like, I just want it to sort of be foresty, but oh, what is going on? Hold on, guys. There's like an orange on my page. Where's that come from? Okay, that's fine. Then I come up here and I'll drag out some of that colour. Hold on. There we go. Drag out some of that colour off the palette so it comes up. Remember to be careful with your pencils because you'll drag the colour off of there as well. But yeah, I'm not a fan. I never have been a fan of backgrounds. And I've gotten, to be honest, because I don't enjoy backgrounds, I've got no intention of wanting to do them much, because if you don't enjoy doing something and it's a hobby, it's going to make you turn off to it. So I prefer to just stick with what I like doing, and minimal for me is just best. I just love doing small, quick, minimal, suits the page, over. Do you agree? Like, if there's something you don't like doing, it's supposed to be your hobby, like, just don't do it. If that, you know, just don't. Avoid it like the plague. If one day you change your mind and your taste changes and you want to experiment, then fabulous. I'm not a background person though, just personally. Could be anything, could be absolutely anything. But you can, what I did with the other one is when it's dry, just add, like he's sort of blending in with the back. I added it with the crocodile. Just tap it in so it's got some texture. Just minimal, thank you. That's it. Just something small, easy, perfect. I prefer the illustrations than the backgrounds. I've got no desire to do them. Okay. Yeah, some pages don't. I think you're right if you do something small. That needs to dry, and then when that's dry, I can always come in with like lime peel and add, you know, like I'm going to the dry bits, a touch of that in. That bit's dry, thank goodness. And just like, you know, add a bit of colour in. But be careful, don't do that when it's wet on the certain. I can't go there yet. When it's wet, don't do this because you'll end up just ruining your page. Just yeah, just add a bit to it. But if we come up, that bit, what I'll do is I'm going to drag, I've got an idea. Right, I've got an idea. I've done this before. So, you know when you get like trailing leaves and they kind of go like, I'll get the, it comes off. Let's just get the base of it down. Right, you know like the vines. I've done it on pages and I've liked the result, but you've got to have patience with this bit because you get the pencils and you do it with the pencils, but you just, if you get it with the water, it's like trailing vines. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Have I got the right name for it? They're like vines that come down because you've got that mossy part there. So if we do the vines, one of them can come thicker and fuller down, and then when they're dry you can add the pencil like and make them. Is that how it is? I think they're something like that, aren't they? It just drags off. I can't think of the name. Is it Vines? Oh, nice, Kim. Are you on Instagram? Just message me on there with it. I'll just wait for them to... Where's my greens? Wait for them to dry a bit. Go to the one that's dry. That one. Can't think now. Do I want kelp? Right, if we go for some kelp green... and like drag it off the tusk a bit. So add like your more to the tusk and just bring it off. But I will add some more colour to it when it's dry. That one's still wet. I just use minimal, you know. I don't like too much water because I end up making a mess of that. Right, there it is. So green ochre. I'm going to add a little bit onto there. And then my kelp green. And then when it's dry, I'll add the proper detail in because I can't do it yet. Because I'll end up ripping the paper. And then towards the end, if you just bring your lime peel in, it will be the bit that sort of solidifies it. But we'll do that. I'll do that properly when that's completely dry because it's a bit wet at the moment. And I can add the dark green in. I think. Oh, I'm not, but thank you. So sweet. I do enjoy this hobby. Just, yeah, I love it. Even if I'm not actively doing too much at the moment because of other things, I still always will come back. You know, I'm never going to give it up. Don't you think that? You go through slumps, don't you? But you come back to it. It's still there. It's not going anywhere. Your stuff's still staying. Let's go to kelp. I'm trying to... You can, like, dot, but that takes forever. Like pointillism. And that is a little bit more effective, but... Yeah, we'll do that. But you can layer up. Another good elephant, if you've not got this and you've got Fragile Worlds, because, you know, not everyone's got this book. I understand. I quite like that. I think that's gone really well with that. I saved it. You can add another one. You know you got this bit here. You can add a little bit onto there if you want. Right, and just cascade down a little bit. But I think that's pretty much it. I think it's worked. It's worked. I saved it. Okay, so that is our finished result for today. I've actually finished the picture and it's right on time. I said 2 hours and 15. Oh, sorry about that. It reconnected. OBS had a moment. Oops. Okay. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Hey, anyone I've missed? I know I've missed people. Oh, hold on. Can you all hear me? I think my... Is it gone? Is it stuck? Hold on. I did see her fish. Yeah, I did. Can you hear me okay? Let me just quickly show you the other elephant. Oh, yes, all right. It's okay. Whew, I nearly had like a mini heart attack thinking, oh my god, it's gone without me saying goodbye. But yeah, that's our end result. We've actually finished one. I did say in that at the time. 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. I'm coming back. I'm finishing in a minute. Oh, my legs. Hello, you look very comfortable. I'm very jealous. He's upside down, flashing his little doodah. Ah, thank you, Mona. There is an elephant in here which I love, and if you haven't seen it, let me show you, that you can do to do Jodie's hashtag. Jodie is Pickle, we just call her Pickle all the time. Okay, so Fragile World, if you're a Kirby person, these are easily accessible. There is this one, and he has moss. So you could do a similar colour palette, really, in terms of the moss, the greens, the greys. You can do for something very similar, which I, you know, personally, I would do something similar to that just because it's got so much moss in it. But that's a beautiful one as well. Yeah, I'll work on them a little bit more. I just need to put a bit more depth of colour, but they were wet, hun. So I'll have to have a good sort of go at that. But yeah, if you yeah, I know. He's got no care in the world. The doodah is out. The legs are wide open, and he's flashing. He's a flasher. What have I raised? But yeah, that's for today. So if you wanted to know, I will link the book. I'm not going to do it till this evening because I've got to go and pick Andrew up in half an hour and walk the dog. Well, I might get him to walk him actually when he gets back. Yeah, why not? But yes, this is Ken Matsuda's colouring book, and it is an amazing book. If you've not already got it, you know, I highly recommend it. It is beautiful. So I've done 3 in here now, and I intend on colouring. Well, I'd love to colour the whole book, but thank you so much. I thoroughly enjoyed spending my afternoon with you. Thoroughly enjoyed talking with all of you. Welcome to Julie as well, bless her, who is new. So thank you for joining us, and hopefully see you next Saturday. Well, depending on Andrew's hours. If I do, I'll put it up in the community tab and say streaming on Saturday, see you then, or if I can't, I'll say I can't. But thank you so much. I've thoroughly enjoyed hanging out with you all as always. Please have a great weekend. If you are hot, stay cool. If you're cold, stay warm. I can't think in the world where it's cold apart from Australia right now. But have a good weekend, everyone. I'll see you around in other people's streams.